Good morning and welcome to this day. We invite you to turn toward and stop turning away from all that is with us. This morning you'll be hosted by Orland Bishop, and this evening you'll be hosted by Ladybird Morgan. We thank you for taking the time to be here with us on this day.
Beloved, we're joining in this morning, in this awakening of our day, to bear witness to the images that we've just seen and to all images carried in our memories of the life laws, of the lives striving to bear justice, to carry the flames of life into every part of ourselves and the communities and the world. Today we hold this space to honor the integrity of life as it pours itself out into the streets around the world, asking for peace, asking for justice, asking for healing. On behalf of Kshetri Multicultural Foundation, Commonweal, and the Gift of Compassion, we invite us to share in this ceremony for the next few moments, just to hold the space and to turn towards our deepest, inmost trust of our hearts and our common belonging, for which humanity and this world must now carry. Today, fires are being lit everywhere in the hearts of people to kindle what we call our will towards good. But the images that we've just seen of struggle, of people walking the edges because their lives are at risk, and the fires that are coming from all forms of oppression. Today we want to join together in honoring the memory of those whose lives are lost in these struggles. Eternal Spirit, in whom we live, move, and have our being. In this moment, be with us in our efforts to share our lives, inspire us to see the good in ourselves and each other. Sacred earth into which we walk our path of destiny. As we come into this day, allow us to stand firmly in the truth of our own beingness and to the highest shared purpose for which we are born and are to live. O sacred earth, the home of all of our ancestries, let this ancestral memory be awakened in this moment as we call forth this ceremony to hold ourselves, to hold each other, and to hold the futures that we are to share. Sacred waters of life that flow from the four directions towards the great outpouring of trust, love, and humanity. May the waters of life nurture and transform, revive and resolve the passions into compassion. To the fire of life that moves through us as blood of different heritages and different places of origins. May this fire come alive in our vision for what we can see ahead of us, in the prophetic consciousness of heart united with spirit. May we see the greatest good that can come out of our collective efforts. May the fire transform the boundaries that separate us and provide the energy towards a deeper embrace for what these fires of life can forge. May the destructive elements of fire be transmuted into the fire, spiritualized by the intent that we can bring forth in ourselves as a field of justice and healing. To the air around us that inspire us to see the nobility of the soul and the heritage of bodies whose wisdom it is to walk this world and fulfill each calling. May no life be taken for granted and taken to be less than what it is. May the consciousness that expresses itself as Black in the world be seen as a gift to the world. May the consciousness that have bore the injustices because of this physical state of being, may we stand in protection of its authenticity as a divine creation, an expression of life, light, and love. May the nature around us invest in us the change that we must make and embrace. May these five elements of consciousness create alchemy for a new way of being together. May the awakened fire of anger be guided so it may fulfill its purpose. And may welcome back from that struggle a heart conscious of peace. Beloved, today is not to fix anything, but to stand for the things we know matters to our hearts. We open this space as a holding for all of our strivings. And to build a trust among us that we might be able to, at the end of this day, as we join another ceremony at the closing of the day, we can feel the support of each and every one on this platform currently, and those who are witnessing in the various spaces of their own lives, that we are united in this truth to carry this fire with us as a commitment for the greatest work we are asked to do, which is to trust each other. I would like to ask us to bear witness to this ceremony of stone. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., in his speech 1963, said he was going to carve out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope, stone that can be carried throughout his life and into the next. The stone represents memory. It represents this innermost power of this earth, holding before us a vessel that we can all take up and carry with us. As I pour this water over these stones, I ask for the ancestral memories in us to be awakened, for the places of origins of the indigenous wisdom of these places where we find ourselves. May the wisdom of those places be awakened, remembered, restored, carried. We ask for the places where we are able to find sanctuary, that we go there May those who are walking the edges to bear witness to what is called justice in this world find this element supportive of their efforts. We prepare this that we might pour it out into the earth and to give gratitude for all the movements of the world that has been standing against injustice, for all the places that have suffered because of conquest and power and misuse of power, for the lives lost in all the countless struggles. May they all be remembered. Ashe. Our task, I ask you to hold this day with us. I ask you to hold in your hearts those who are taking the time out of this day to be in the streets. May they be safe. We send protection and love for everyone who must take that stand and hold themselves creatively free to express thought, feelings, and actions against injustice.
As we end this morning's ceremony, we invite you to go into this day with our blessings and with knowing that we are holding you through this cycle. And we'll see you again this evening when Ladybird Morgan will host our closing ceremony at 7:30. Please check out the social media channels that have been opened, and you may post whatever you like there. And we look forward to seeing you again at the close of this cycle. Thank you for joining us this morning.